edition of the Closed Fist. I am Russ. This is Ace Gervase, Nickel City Wrestling. Dude, how've you been?
I've been good. Been better. Didn't have a great night, but I had a good night.
Oh my goodness. So how long have you been on the independent scene?
Pushing 4 years about, roughly.
4 years?
Or so, yes. Just spending most of that time training, but...
Tell me about your very first match, the butterflies and all that.
Honestly, it's not cocky. It's not me, like, BSing for the camera or anything like that, but I'm not one of those people.
Right.
I'm not one of those people. I don't get butterflies. I never get stressed out. I mean, I was thrilled.
Right.
I was excited, but not in that sense of, like, nerves or anything like that. So.
Right. What got you into pro wrestling? Who was the guy that when you watched him on TV, who was the guy that's like, damn, that's the guy?
It wasn't a guy.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't a guy.
Okay.
Who got me into pro wrestling was my grandmother.
Grandmother?
My grandmother.
No kidding.
And who got her into professional wrestling was her mother. So I decided I wasn't going to be a fourth generation wrestling fan. I was going to be the first generation wrestler.
Awesome. Yeah. Who did you like to watch?
For me, it was always about the heels.
Really? Okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
I think it was I saw more in them. Simple things I would see in them, like DiBiase.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Reminded me so much of, like, my uncle. You know, the puffy cheeks when he smiled and the full beard. My uncle looked just like that.
Right.
So when people are booing him, I'm like, that guy looks like my uncle. I'm not gonna boo him. And then, like, the attitude and the cockiness and everything that just went with it, like, root for the bad guys. Taker debut. I was at the edge of my seat watching on TV, seeing this guy and being like, oh my God.
Who is this? And I have to watch him.
Yes, exactly. I'm never going to stop watching this guy. And, I mean, I was actually in the stands for the Lesnar Taker match. And, like, you know that one... If the camera would have went, like, 5,000 rows back, I would have just been there with him, like...
Oh my God! What just
Yeah.
happened here?
Like, all the worker in me was thinking, like, really, a part timer breaks a streak? But it's believable. It's very believable because you got Lesnar.
Yeah.
Just came back from the UFC and everything like that. So I
mean, with social media blowing up, I mean, it's just the last 5-10 years is just
my God,
unbelievable.
Completely different.
How much of a game changer has that been in the wrestling business?
I mean, if you think about it, I don't think the Monday Night Wars would have been what they were back then if they were today.
Right.
When Nash and Hall showed up on Nitro, like, these were guys that we just saw on WWE pre-tape TV that finally caught up to WCW, and then all of a sudden they're there. And it was before the 30 or 60 day Vince stipulation.
Yep.
60, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
So I mean, back then, like, Twitter would have went crazy. Like, we would have got the dirt sheets would have said, "Oh, Taker and Nash had their last match. Here's the spoilers for their match." And then you click on the next link, and it's like, Nash and Hall debut on WCW.
Right.
Or sign with WCW or something like that. So, I mean, it's taken away a lot of the surprise.
Yeah.
And companies have to do a lot to
hide stuff.
But if they're smart, look at what Omega and Jericho did.
Yeah.
I mean, God damn. I don't know if you can use harsh
on this network, you can go for it. It's all good.
Holy shit, did they play everybody?
I know it. I know it. Yeah.
I thought they had, like, legit heat going.
I know it.
And Jericho always saying that he would never step inside a non-WWE ring.
Right.
And
Wrestle Kingdom,
what better place.
January 4th, I know it.
And that's another thing with social media. When I was growing up, it was either, when I was a kid, it was WCW or WWE. I was WWE as a kid.
Yeah.
And then just as I was starting to, like, it's kind of getting a little old.
Stale, yeah.
ECW.
Oh, yeah.
ECW. And I was programming the VCR because it was on Madison Square Garden at like
programming the VCR.
Oh yeah, it was this thing back in the day.
For all you kids out there,
you had to put it in, kind of like a DVD player. You had to put, but it was big.
It was big, yeah.
It was about that big, and you had to put it in and press buttons instead of hold a button and talk to it. You actually had to go through a menu, scroll. You spend more time programming it than you did
watching it. I know.
But yeah, I was up late one night and I saw it the first time, and then the very next 5 nights I like did not sleep. I was like, I need to see this again. I need to record this and show it to my friends and show them what this thing is, because I was just, what the fuck?
What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, guys like Taz and Raven and everything like that just sucked
Tommy
me right back.
Dreamer,
Dreamer
and
the Pitbulls. I think one of the first episodes I saw was when the Pitbulls put Francine through the table.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything like that. I was just.
That was like the advent of the table. Because we never saw it in the other ones before.
I mean, you saw it rarely in like Tornado or Texas Death Matches with Terry Funk and things like that. But I mean, they made the table a household name.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for joining me, man.
Absolutely, thank you very much.
It was fun.
Yeah, pleasure. You too. Take care. Look up Ace Gervase.